This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is Monster My Podcast.
And these are the brothers of Chaugnar Faugn.
There's a monster in my podcast.
May I have face, brother? Brother?
But you have so many faces.
Brother? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I don't either. I think that it's literally just done to look weird. It might as well be Zalgo text.
Yeah. Yep. These are like one of the things that happens in this book sometimes where they're junior members of a god.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a kind of a middle tier mythos god called Chaugnar Faugn, and he is a big scary elephant.
Right.
Essentially, and like not the best mythos creature. Like big scary elephant's not the best idea. But he has these mini me's, and then he has like greater mini me's. Yeah. Essentially that are really kind of the same thing, like the same thing without as much magic, not as much psychic power, and just like not as invincible.
Just picture like a an elephant minotaur kind of is what it seems to be. Yeah.
Three trunks with like saws on the end, like mouths and saws on the end, big webbed ears instead of regular ears, and just like a big strong guy. And that's Chaugnar Faugn, which I always thought was like a weird mythos creature. Like that's kind of a weird. They don't usually map onto an animal quite that directly, like Atlach-Naka does as a spider, and there's a Yig, like the snake god does, but those are specifically like creepy crawlies. Like there's not like a dog mythos god.
No.
There's not like an elk mythos god. Like they don't tend to go quite this one-to-one.
No, absolutely not. And so the fact that these are, brothers, that these are servitors, if Chaugnar Faugn is hurt, then they suffer the same hurt, but it doesn't work the other way around.
Yeah. So, if it worked the other way around, Chaugnar Faugn would be toast.
Right.
Because these things are tough, but they're not that tough.
Right.
Like they're not god tough.
No.
But the idea, that's a cool hook, right? Like if you were doing Call of Cthulhu, that would be a clue.
Right.
Like one of these things being hurt, and you did the research to find that out. So you encounter one of these things, you barely escape, but you notice that it has some kind of wound that suggests maybe where you can find Chaugnar Faugn or what Chaugnar Faug's plans are or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a cool little piece of information. It's not going to be useful as far as taking it down, or I guess it just means once you kill the boss, like you don't have to clear out the rest of the dungeon.
Right. Yeah, they just all fall over.
Yeah. So I guess it's good for that too.
Yeah.
But since you're never supposed to win, you don't beat gods in this game, like in this mechanical game, like that's not really what it seems like it's for.
Right.
As a thing. I think it's just supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
Also a little racist. Like these feel like they're kind of specifically modeled after like Hindu gods.
Yeah.
And they pose as statues of like Hindu god, of these god figures, and then come to life.
Yeah. Well, that's how they disguise themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So a little shaky as far as, the origins of this and the thought. Like somebody saw Vishnu and got scared, and then was like, okay.
Yeah.
Ganesh rather, and got scared. And then created a Cthulhu god about it, it feels like.
Yeah. Although if you're going to create a Cthulhu god out of something, you might as well pick the thing that already has a tentacle hanging out the front of it.
I guess that's true. Like elephants are one of the more Lovecraftian creatures.
Yeah.
Not quite mole level, but like it's up there, right? Yeah. Not like mole. Anteaters are pretty Lovecraftian.
Yeah, squids,
squids, obviously, like a lot of sea creatures, a lot of mollusks, but elephants. And I also like a lot of people really love elephants and think they're cute. I don't like their trunks. I think that it's gross. I think it's weird that they have like a mouth and a mouth, like a mouth on a tube and a second mouth.
Yeah.
I don't like them grabbing things with like a mouth. Like that feels like an aperture. Like they could do things with it and then putting things in their mouth. They're too wrinkly. Like they look like ball sacks.
Yes.
You mean their entirety? Like big gray ball sacks?
Most of the time when there's an elephant around, there's elephant poop about as well.
Yeah. It's the real elephant in the room.
Fuck you.
Like you come into my house and there's a big pile of shit. You're like, can we talk about the elephant in the room? And it just pans over to like Stampy.
Where's my elephant?
Yeah.
I like this podcast. It reminds me of elephants. Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.